Hello and welcome to Philtastic Comics and Art. This is my first, and it might really be my only video I do. This is going to be an unboxing video. As you might be able to tell from now, I'm not a professional YouTuber or vlogger or whatnot. I'm just a guy sitting in my home office with a box on his desk. Doing this because bored. Yeah, we've been in lockdown in New Jersey for almost a year now, and this seems like a lot of fun. Actually, I've seen a couple people do this online, so I figure why not give it a shot. Before I open up this box, which is a shipment from Southside Comics, I want to give a shout out to a couple people here. I should note that these people don't know that I'm doing this. They didn't expect me to do this. This is just a way, and they certainly don't need me, of course, to give them a shout out or give them acknowledgement. This is me just saying hello, and I appreciate what you do. And in fact, some of these are not even comic book related, but I encourage you to check these people out regardless. So I'm using my high-end graphics here to show my list. First and foremost, I have to say hello to my beautiful wife who's upstairs watching The Bachelor while I do this. Next, like any good Italian son, I just want to say hi to my mom. Next, I have Matt Woods, who you can find on Instagram and YouTube. Matt is a great comic book collector. He's got a great new channel. I envy his comic book room big time. I encourage you to check him out, and he saved me from some serious FOMO, actually, just yesterday. If you don't know what FOMO is, then you should check out this next guy, Reggie Collects, on Instagram and YouTube. Reggie's great, a lot of great content, and I feel like he's an excellent ambassador for our hobby, if that makes sense to you. Another great comic book related show I love on YouTube is We Love Comics. Chris has just a great way of giving us heads up on different deals and variants and whatnot coming out. And I like his approach because he stresses, look, don't collect things because you want to collect them just because it's the thing to do at the moment. Collect things that you want to collect. I'm paraphrasing, but look up Chris. Great channel. And if it weren't for Chris, I wouldn't know about Southside Comics, who this shipment is from. More about them in a little bit. Next, of course, I have to give a shout out to Fat Moose Comics in Whippany, New Jersey, my local comic book store that I frequent. Big hello to Sean and Justin. Guys, when you go in, you could call him Justin, but ladies call him Just Incredible. Next is the Digging for Kryptonite podcast by host Anthony Desiato. Anthony and his guests have had uniquely different takes on Superman. And I know what you're saying. Superman, what's left to be said about Superman? Big guy in a blue jumpsuit, red cape, red underwear on his outside of his suit. Not so. I encourage you to check out Anthony's podcast. Anthony actually has a lot of different podcasts. I've been fortunate enough to do artwork on a couple of them. But he also has a great documentary I encourage you to check out, My Comic Shop Country, on Apple TV, Amazon, and Cheddar. Look, in these trying times, we hear stories about local businesses closing up and facing new challenges. There are no bigger challenges, even before the pandemic, than comic book shops. Even if you're not a comic book fan, I encourage you to check out this documentary, My Comic Shop Country, because it is the perfect example of entrepreneurs and people really working for their passion in an adverse environment. And again, this is all before the pandemic as well. On Instagram, I encourage you to check out my buddy Iris at Miso Retro. She hosts shows and posts different antiques and collectibles for sale from time to time, and she also, I have to say, really represents her city well. She's in, and I'm probably going to butcher this, I do apologize, the Hialeah section of Miami. And whether you're in Miami or you just want to take a look at some great collectibles, take a look at Miso Retro on Instagram. The next couple shout-outs I have nothing to do with comic books. Again, just people I appreciate. Vinnie Brand Comedian on Facebook. Vinnie Brand and his wife Vicky run a weekly comedy show from their comedy club, the Stress Factory Comedy Club in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and Bridgeport, Connecticut. These people, I have to tell you, Vinnie and his wife have really, in my mind, kept live comedy alive in the pandemic. And that's really, these times like these, this is when we all need to laugh. And I have nothing but admiration for them, and I look forward to when this is being over for many reasons, but also to go and visit my favorite comedy club. Last but not least, the Opie Radio Podcast. Opie certainly doesn't need me to promote him, but I just want to say this is a broadcaster I've listened to for over 20 years. I think now his show is better than he's ever been, and I really do think that he's hitting the nail on it, and really the future of what broadcasting is about here, especially live talk. And a special shout out to Joey Salvia, EB Guitar, and Creamy Butters. Yeah, if I do another one of these videos, at least 30% of why I do this will be so I can give these three guys a proper shout out. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so on Instagram. I have 3 different Instagrams. At PhilTasticPhil, it's just a collection of everything I kind of do. At PhilTastic_artwork, just a collection of all my artwork I like to put up from time to time. And at Ruiz of the Day, my special tribute page to Chef Carl Ruiz, who passed a little over a year ago. You know him from the Opie Radio Podcast and also from Guy's Grocery Games. All right, so enough of this. If you could think of any other names, by the way, for the podcast, this is all I have. I was thinking of something like Dr. Claw's Comic Book Corner, because you don't see my face, you know, like Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget, but I thought I'd get sued, so I'd even write that down. So I'll get rid of that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And like I said, this is a one-man operation. I don't have a tripod or anything, so I'm just going to put you on my desk to look at my group pencil holder. I don't know if it was bad form for me to cut this open in advance or not, but here goes nothing. Think of this kind of like in Reservoir Dogs when Mr. Blonde's cutting off the cop's ear, except there's not going to be as much blood. You know, hopefully I don't cut myself, and it'll just be a nice comic. Yeah, that was awesome. So, as I said, I had found out from Southside Comics from Chris's YouTube channel, We Love Comics, and had done a smaller order with them last month, and I was impressed with how they packed the comics. So impressed, in fact, I actually emailed them, and if you collect comics and you've ever bought anything online, you know that packing is half the battle. So when I saw Southside was selling this, I was like, I gotta jump on this, because these guys know what they're doing. Okay, another box to open up. And I want to thank Southside, by the way, as I spin you guys around, because I'm a professional, for using these nice Gemini mailers, making sure my comic is extra protected. I even said to them, look, I might be using this for a signing. And they said, okay, we'll throw this in, no problem. And I think that was much appreciated, I have to say. Thank you, guys. Again, I'm using one hand, so I'm a little all over the place. You can see my invoice. Here's Groot again. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Again, expertly packed. I thank these guys for taking extra care in packing this. The Amazing Spider-Man 55 retailer. I think this was a 1 in 50 variant. Patrick Gleason cover. Really sought after book right now. In fact, the cover is actually better than the issue, from what I'm told. So far, I was able to get a first print of this. This is the retailer, again, 1 in 50 or 1 in 25 second print. I've got another second print, the red cover, and of course I'm going to get the blue cover. So I'm going to at some point send these to get slabbed off, and maybe you'll see that. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Little 10 minutes of me babbling. Hopefully it was at least some entertaining, even if it was just my nervous little laughter, banner, or blabbing. Have a great night, and do yourself a favor, turn off your TV, turn to your loved ones, call them up on the phone, especially in times like this, and just say hello. Thanks. Good night.